All right. So I had to think about this. I said, okay, let me really break this down, right, in bullet points. I got to get all this straight in my head. All right. So women want a man to be attractive, tall, make 6 or 7 figures, even though most women do not make that themselves. Right? Okay. While he's out here making all this money, all these 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figures, he better be home in time to give all his attention and take her on all the dates, or else she'll cheat.
Okay, so the title of this video is, Do Women Expect Too Much? And her first point is that women want a man who's making 6 figures or more, and they expect you to give her all your time and attention, take her out on dates when you're done working, or else she'll cheat. I mean, if she's not happy with what she already has, she can go back to the streets. Because just think about it. Women in their 20s and 30s want a perfect guy. You know, a guy who's 6 feet tall, making 6 figures and fit. But how long does it take for guys to become the quote-unquote the perfect man? 15 years, 20 years? So if you want to be a 1% man, you have to start working from your 20s all the way through your 40s, right? So let me get this straight. You'll be working your ass off, grinding, working out with no days off from your 20s to your 40s while she's going to be partying, busting it wide open, riding to the carousel from her 20s all the way through her 30s. So now she's ready to settle. She knows her worth and her standards went up, and she expects you to treat her like a queen because she says that she deserves it. And you're like, what? You want men to give you queen treatment when you haven't done a goddamn thing to earn it? And this is what I mean, guys. Women expect you to fulfill their needs and expectations without earning it, and that's just stupid. It's like if you're the boss of a company and your employee is trying to tell you what to do, see how ridiculous women sound? And this is what women don't get. That type of man is going to be working all the time, and he's not going to have time for them. So if women want that type of man, they have to sacrifice something in return. But as we know, women don't know that concept.
Women want a man to call, but not too much. Text back, but don't text back too fast, because then he's like weird and he's a lame. And if he's nice, he's a lame. If he's mean, he's unattainable. He's a challenge, and then women want him, even if they will not admit it. I hear women say all the time, like, I just want my man to be honest. But when he's honest, they blow up, freak out, label him mean, toxic, abusive, and of course, a narcissist. Most women do not really want honesty. They want comfort. You want a man to tell you what you want to hear, not what's going to help you grow. And speaking of growth, try pointing out just one thing that she needs to work on, and you will see exactly why most women cannot take accountability for shit.
Slow down, woman. And I don't know if she actually believes what she is saying because she's coming in hot with the shots and she's making a lot of good points. But let's just give her the benefit of the doubt. Because she's speaking facts, I mean, women say that they want one thing, but they go for the opposite, you know? How many times have we heard women on TikTok saying that they want a man who's going to text her right away? But if you do, you give them the ick. That they want a nice guy, but they go for the asshole. That they want a man who's going to give them all his attention, but they go for the ones that ignore them. And what's the other one? Oh yeah, that they want a man to be honest. But then if you do, they get mad at you because you hurt their feelings. And the last one, accountability, well, we all know that women are like children. They don't know the meaning of that word.
You want a man to be emotionally available, but if he shows any emotion, then he's soft. You want him to lead, but when he does, now he's aggressive and controlling and abusive. You want him to initiate sex and affection, but when he does, you turn it down. But when he stops trying, then you say he's cheating or he's gay. Women want undivided attention, but if he gives it to you, then he's sucking the life out of you. He won't give you space. You can't breathe. He's lame and he's annoying. Then you turn around and cheat with the guy that's going to treat you like a whore and who looks at you as such. Women don't even realize the guy who's just trying to hit. They just look at the guy who's trying to build as the red flag. I'm confused. I don't think I will ever understand any of this, and I am a woman.
She said, what? That she's going to be going with the guys that are going to treat her like a 304, like a garden tool. I wanted to rewind that part again, but I don't want to get in trouble, and she's not lying. I mean, women say that they want a man who's going to share his feelings with them, that they want to see him cry, but then what happens if you do? They use it against you. They lose respect for you. That's why you should never listen to what women say. Watch their actions. And do you know what's so funny? That a lot of women go on TikTok for advice from other women, and some of them are 19 or in their 20s giving relationship advice with no experience in life, and even the older ones make no sense, because we have reacted to some of those women who call themselves coaches, and the advice they give is so destructive. Women teach other women how not to keep a man. They love to keep themselves single. Misery loves company. But here's what they are not telling you. That they want all of that just from the attractive men. If you are a good-looking guy, they will accept it. But you are on borrowed time, meaning that you have to change, because if you don't, they will leave you. But if you are an average guy, well, we all know the answer to that. No chance at all. I have been single for the past 3 years, and it's the best financial, emotional, and physical decision I've ever made. Yes, ma'am? That sums it up, and this is why America is in such bad shape when it comes to dating. Sad but true. Well, I don't think it is just America. I mean, this is happening worldwide. Nobody is safe, my friend. Growing up, women empowerment was all I saw, and I grew up believing heavily in it. But since I became an adult, the older I get, the more I understand why our forefathers structure things this way. Sounds like my ex who hated accountability and loved lies. Once I told her she'd be careful with the kind of company she had as her friends, she labeled me as a control freak. Even Eve was dissatisfied in the Garden of Eden. It was perfect. What makes you think a man will always be able to satisfy a woman 100% of the time? Men live in reality, and women want fantasy. Very good point, my friend. Very good point. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy to have you here. Today we are going to react to some women realizing why men are done with them. But before we start with the next clip, hit the like and share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means the world to us. So without further ado, let's begin.
Do you know what the funniest thing about so many men is nowadays? So many men are no longer scared of being single. They're now scared of being in a soul-sucking, detrimental relationship that's only going to waste their time, waste their energy, waste their effort, and waste their money.
So what's the funny part about men being single? I think I've missed that part. Anyway, I don't think that men were never scared of being single, you know? And of course, it's very scary to end up with someone who's just going to use you for the time being. For your money and time, until she leaves you for the guy that she actually wants. And she's right. Women drain and suck the life out of you, and it gets so tiring trying to make someone happy when we well know that they never happy, because I am pretty sure I'm not the only one who had experienced that horrible life. Many of us have wasted time and resources on ungrateful women.
Waste their energy, waste their effort, and waste their money. They would rather be single than be in a bad relationship. So it's not that men are complaining because they're single. Men are complaining because they've just seen everything as such a waste of time for them lately.
And let's correct her. Men are not complaining. I haven't seen men go on TikTok and complain about being single. Women are the ones who post themselves on social media crying and complaining about being single. I mean, how many times we have seen women fix their cameras in their cars, they put on some fake tears, and they start crying because they can't find a man. Because if you want me to be honest, most men love to be single, you know. And there are so many factors about why men would rather be single. Another example, marriage. Wasting all your resources and time on someone who's just going to leave you because they got bored, and she's going to take the kids with her, and let's add the court. She's going to take you to court if you don't give her what she wants, and that's not all. Because I have heard so many horrible stories about women falsely accused men just because they got rejected or because they didn't get what they wanted. So if you want me to be honest, there is nothing to gain for men in a relationship. I mean, we can say some chicks. But is it worth it? Probably not, because women are the ones who benefit more from being in a relationship. What you guys think, let me know down below. Even the Bible tried to warn us. So men are finally waking up, and they are choosing peace over a life full of misery. Don't want to get used until she meets the guy she's been waiting for. I love the single life. I love that destiny. It's the one for me. Too much drama, nagging, etc. It is 100% a waste of time, gentlemen. Focus on your health, wealth, and peace. If you want children, save for surrogacy. Make sure the contract is bulletproof, the only sensible choice out there. Spend 3 years on girlfriend which cheated on me, wasted my money, and gaslighted me to oblivion on end of relationship. Yeah, being lonely sucks. But getting your soul ripped apart, even though you always gave 150% for her, is worse. The problem is because of Disney. All little girls grow up thinking they're princess, and they expect to be treated as such. But they're not taught to treat their men as prince.
If he's kind, works hard, and doesn't cheat, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. That is just the absolute bare minimum of being in a relationship with someone. This is not exceptional. This is not extraordinary. It's also no longer enough. Just because these would qualify you as a good man does not in fact mean you are a good husband or a good partner. Because again, these are the bare necessities.
I remember this woman. She's the one who said that men don't initiate divorce because they get more benefits from being married. And let me tell you that she's so annoying. So I guess it's not enough to be kind, hardworking, and faithful. And according to her, that's just the bare minimum. Those are the bare necessities. So if that is not enough, what makes a man a good partner? Can you tell us? Because you must be the perfect wife, a good partner. And like you say, that's just the bare minimum. So do you offer more? Do you play your role as a housewife, as a mom? Do you cook and clean after him? Do you do his laundry? Do you give him intimacy whenever he wants to? And the answer is a freaking profound no. You are a selfish, arrogant woman who only thinks about yourself. Because I've watched some of her other videos, and her relationship is all about her wants and needs.
First and genuine question is what makes this woman so exceptional? The average woman in America is 175 pounds and is 5'4". She doesn't want to cook. She doesn't want to clean. She doesn't want to take care of her family. She traded the family for a 9-to-5 job for a company that doesn't give a shit about her. So what makes these women exceptional? What, a degree on the wall that a man doesn't care about? But I digress. Why is it that all of these women that have these laundry list of expectations have little to nothing to offer in return? Like, make it make sense. Women nowadays have such high standards and expectations for their partners and such low standards and expectations for themselves. Make it make sense. And what is the real expectation if everything a man does is considered the bare minimum? Because what are these women doing that's not the bare minimum?
Make it make sense, right? But I totally agree with her. What makes this woman so exceptional? Nothing. She's like every other woman. She brings the same stuff to the table, and the worst part is that the stuff that her and the other women say that they bring is not for the man, is for themselves. Career and money. But we all know that they're not sharing their money with you. Emotional support and emotional intelligence. But how does that benefit men? Because I mean, they can't even emotionally support themselves. So how are they going to support men? And if they do, they will use it against you. And what's the other one? They bring kindness. Since when are women kind to men? Kindness is for themselves, not for the relationship. Because as soon you try to hold women accountable, the kindness goes out the window. And the stuff that matters the most for men, they don't even mention it. Like cooking and cleaning, childcare, and if they do, they want you to pay them for something that they're supposed to do in the relationship. The woman in glasses, she's a hardcore womanist, and she preaches all of that. Don't do this, don't do that for your man, he has to earn it. So let me get this straight. Women expect you to bring a bunch of stuff to the table, and it's not just any stuff. Money, height, a good husband, a good partner, hard worker, and you better make 6 figures because if you don't, it's not going to matter if you are a hard worker, and it only matters to them when you make money. Faithful, help around the house outside and inside. When they only bring their freaking presents, get out of here. She's going to sit so you can view her. That's what she has to offer, and it's less than minimum. That's not even the minimum, my friend. Most women these days can't live up to what she just outlined as the bare minimum for men. Being a good woman is like being a unicorn, though. I tried my best, I worked, I paid the bills, I helped with cooking and cleaning, and I gave up all my hobbies. She still cheated and left us. What is wrong with people? And you're not the only one, my friend. And women say that they're kind people? Yeah, right. Well, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be safe out there, and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. And remember, the world is yours for the taking until next time.
You will see exactly why most women cannot take accountability for shit.
Galaxian Explosion!